In a quiet little town in Belgium, the epic battle for honor and glory is about to unfold. Zemst is once again the heart of Europe's biggest curling league. With 29 teams from 8 mighty nations, the competition is heating up on the coldest surface known to man. The stage is set for a historical new chapter. Watch the epic unfolding of the new season. Will the reigning champion dominate the series? Or will N19 rise up and revive old glory? Are the Tigers the dangerous outsiders? Or could it be the desperate housekeepers? We welcome hard sweeping power from the east, dazzling charm from the north, strategic battle plans from the south, and nerves of steel from the west. We're going to see devastating duck duels and rock-solid wisdom from Stone Good. We may not have Canada's heroic Homan, Matt's badass Stars and Stripes, or a Swedish Viking princess like Anna. But our league forges its own legends. Meet the magician, Peekaboo Caro, the little general, Gatling Gun Tom, the GOAT, Mustache Man, and don't forget the Walter. We'll express our uncensored opinion, celebrate only the very best of shots, and seduce you with our sweet voices. Because that is what we do. We simply love curling, and we are devoted to bring this exciting, roaring game out into the world.
What a play!
Boom. Good afternoon, curling fans. Saturday, a little bit of doubles action, mixed doubles action today. Really excited. It's a doubles weekend. We had matches last night. We've got a bunch more tomorrow, but this is the one we're focusing on today. VeDi against Wiki de Viking. You know, teammates, friends. You know, lots of storylines here.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've picked this game because, well, we have teammates competing against each other and also former teammates competing against each other. Wiki the Viking, what a name, right? Wiki the Viking. Also awesome jerseys. They have personalized jerseys. They have a Viking logo, but they have two logos, a female one and a male one. To fit team members. And then we have VeDi, former team Belgium, so they are wearing a outdated team Belgium jersey for the mixed doubles. There is a newer version. I personally own that jersey, but I'm not going to deep dive into the details and explain you how we lost against Team Jamaica and all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, about this game, John, to be honest, I'm a bit hyped. I think this could be a close game.
On paper, I think so. I mean, the one, I think I'm losing the word for it. There's a dark horse here. An unknown is Fairla. You know, she doesn't train as much. She hasn't been playing outside of like the matches. So is she going to have her form? Is it going to take her a while? Is she going to find it right away? Maybe it's one of those things she just steps on and it's just pretty much just throw those draws and get in there. But I think she's going to be the unknown variable. We've seen a lot of Dirk and Wim and Kim on the ice, training, matches, everything. You know it. Kim works with the youth team, the youth program here, so she's always on the ice, always training, always teaching. So that's going to give her, I think, a little bit of an advantage. You know, and Wim and Dirk, they play together on Staying Good. I played with them during the senior challenge. You know, they're very familiar with each other. So and all very capable curlers, but I think it's going to come down to the ladies today. That's my prediction. That's my, I don't know, hypothesis, if you will. We'll go to little scientific terms. You know, it's going to come down how do the ladies play and how especially does Fairla play. Dirk, we know we've seen him carry matches all by himself. He played us with his son in the mixed open league, and absolutely carried that team. Jeroen played really well, but Dirk was outstanding in that match and beat us almost single-handedly. So he is the type of player who can do that. Wim, I think also, you know, he's a very strong, steady player. You know, you tell him to throw something, he throws it. He knows, you know, he doesn't deviate very much. So there's a lot. The skill level is there from both teams. It's going to be really tough to choose between the two.
Yeah, and as you said, we have a kind of female players here. We like that. That's also the reason we mic'd both the girls up. It's female first here, especially in mixed doubles. Normally in the official team names, it's always a name. The women first, the men second. In curling, we know our places, and but that's not a bad thing for everybody just watching the Scotties last week. And you're like, where can I find YouTube footage or kind of video footage of female curlers yelling and and encouraging this in a nice way? Well, we have the next best thing, the Belgian Curling League, mixed doubles with Veerle and Kim today.
Yep.
But we have a lot of women in the league. They're not just the only two. So I put up a quick peek at the schedule, and you can see a lot of Belgian flags and one Canadian flag, although the Canadian flag needs some explanation because we always kind of struggle with what is the identity of the nationality of Team Way Wrestlers. We used to have, I think, a Dutch flag and then an England flag, and both of them were wrong. Canadian flag is also not entirely right. I'll let John try and explain this to the fans out there.
Well, Rob and Ashley are Canadian, born and raised, but they now live in the Netherlands. So that's where the Netherlands flag comes from. Rob, though, has Canadian citizenship, or UK citizenship, and so he actually represents England at the Europeans last year. So that's where the England comes from. It's a big mess, but hey, we can only pick one, and I think Canadian describes them the most. That is where their home is, as their accent. That is where they learn to curl. So I think Canada fits it well, but we could throw in any one of those flags in there.
Yeah, but I think Canada is the choice of the soul, and that's an important one. And for all of the others, we have Belgian teams, a couple of also other formal national teams. SD Rocks, I think, was the national team at some point. They won the challenge, then COVID hit, so they never actually got to play on the national stage. And then VeDi, of course, Wiki de Viking. 4th, 5th could be an important match for both teams to see how close they can be on the top of the rank, see if they can win this league, because the official champion in Belgium, if you want to be the Belgian champion, you need to have the Belgian flag. So Way Russians, they could win the league, but then the runner-up could be the official Belgian champion. So it's still important to kind of fight for those spots. And then we have the no border stones and the polar partners. Polar partners is Sabrina and Gerry. The no border stones is Martijn and Valerie. Yeah, I think. For some reason I tend to mix up those teams because of the names. And on the bottom side, we have Team Jannekerl, the current national team, but they're way down there because of a lot of forfeit matches. Team Jankerl is expecting a a sibling in the family in less than 2 months, so forfeited this round of the season.
It's just bad, poor planning by Nyan Curl there.
Yeah, normally you plan it like the first year after what's it called? The Olympic cycle or the quadruple or
the Olympic quad or Olympic cycle. Yeah.
This is where, as a curler, you are supposed to get pregnant. Well, we
a little bit early.
We didn't. So that's life happens. You start to plan things, but then life happens. In this case, very literally. And then bottom of the league, Team Melars, but they have a couple of games to play, of course. And
that's Peter with his daughter. She's just getting into curling. I think she's only like 12 or 13, so still learning quite a lot about the game. So this is just a lot of fun for them as a way to teach her how to be competitive or play in some competitions and do the thing. So. See, Timo is already here. He's rooting for Wim, his teammate on the Rockfathers. They'll be in action tomorrow.
I have some bad news for Timo, because Tuur played last night in the doubles and Tuur lost. So I think Tuur needs some extra training. I think Timo, he's a nice guy, and maybe he's too nice to his teammates. They're kind of loosening up after the Euros. Timo, it's really time to kind of make sure your team members are tightened up there.
Well, funny thing is, they were supposed to play tomorrow against Tuur and Gary, women and Timo, but they've postponed the match so they can have a little extra training for the national team. So they're interesting little gamesmanship there, but I guess Gary is also one of the coaches of Team Verakens, so I think they were all in agreement like, hey, okay, well, this is probably better for the team to have a little training session instead of a doubles match. So
yeah. Yeah, they're very close to starting the game. I see they're measuring up the LSDs of the second team, so that remains like one last thing we need to do, John, and that is make some predictions.
Yep, and
Do
since I
you
was a
do you need
loser,
help to get
I
your
am actually going
predictions?
to ask for some help. I'm going to bring in my my nephew Sterling in here. He is this
He's
is his first ever curling match. Here you go. I'll get you up on the chair.
a bit
Tell you
higher.
what, maybe sit on your knees on the chair.
Yeah,
We'll try that. There you go.
that's
Yeah,
better.
he's a very tall kid for his age. He's 8 years old, but probably as tall as a 13-year-old. But he needs a little bit of a chair for here. So say hi to everybody out there. So Sterling, I'm going to talk you through the two teams. We have VeDi, which is Dirk and Fela. Very strong team, very good players on that team, but they're going against Wiki de Viking, who's also a very strong team. Wiki de Viking is Kim and Wim. Kim is the skip of the women's national team, so quite a strong player. Wim and Dirk both play together on the same four-man team, and so you're gonna help me out. Which ones do you like? Do you like the yellow, which is Wiki the Viking, or do you like red, which is VeDi? It's so hard to choose. I know. This is a coin flip. That's why I need your help.
I'm gonna give you
Oh yeah,
my
maybe we give the microphone so we can hear you.
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
What do you think? There's no wrong answer.
This is gonna be hard. I think I'm going to go with the Reds.
Reds. Okay, so we are going. Oops, I forgot to put the prediction on. There we go. We are going with VeDi. So if we lose, it's all your fault, Sterling. No.
Why?
No, it's
Why
not.
not?
No, it's not. No, it's not. But thank you for your help. We're going to give this back to Pim so he can make his pick and we can get out there. Say goodbye to the internet.
by internet. Yeah, you can just do a kind of a general goodbye to the internet. If you have to kind of do a personal goodbye to the whole internet,
Yeah, it's just do it once. It's to save you some time.
Yeah, I think to save the people out there some time, I think we did some pre-game analysis, but the way Wiki the Viking made a spectacular comeback yesterday against SD Rocks shows they have fighting spirits. They know it's not over until it's over, and this is why I am going to counterpick you once again, John. I am going for the Vikings, just because it's a cool name. Vikings live in cool countries. It says king. What else? What else do you need? I mean, so many arguments here.
Timo saying no wrong answer except for Pim's house. Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
All right, so they are getting set up. So we're ready to pop out to the ice.
Yes, as we can see, it looks like VeDi has the hammer.
Right, I don't even have to change the scoreboard. That's amazing. Go. Pim is talking, but I do not hear her.
We don't really pick up a lot of sound so far.
I know one thing that's going on. There we go.
Maar langs die kant en
Now we hear Veerle, so we know hers is working.
Yeah. Veerle, former mayor of Zemst, playing together with Dirk, former man without a mustache. Things have changed.
Yeah, we have some old pictures we use in the promos that are Dirk's without mustache.
Hij is helemaal aan het vallen op de voorste. Nu vegen, vegen, vegen,
Let's
vegen,
stay in
vegen,
wide,
vegen,
but a
vegen,
little
vegen,
bit light.
vegen,
Need to
jawel,
drag
jawel,
this one just a
jawel.
little bit deeper. It's up a little bit short.
Well, we are broadcasting this game. There is also a second match going on over on Sheet C, which is Whale Wrestlers playing against SD Rocks.
Be updating that when we see it.
So so far, VeDi seems to be the fan favorite in the polls here over on YouTube. So for people
Waar komt hem?
watching, tapping in, we have eyes on
Waar
chats.
komt hem? Moet nog veel vallen.
Yeah, don't forget to
Er moet
get
nog
your
veel
votes
vallen.
in. End of the fourth end.
Zit ernaast.
At the
Ligt er maar
conclusion
langs.
of the fourth
Vegen.
end, we
Ligt
will
er langs.
close the poll. Gonna give a little bit of a chip, pushes that into a better spot. Still not shot, but they've got that one hanging around the tee.
Niks erachter of zo. Dan moet hij op tijd stoppen, hè.
Dirk, known to have a zero routine.
Yeah,
Soon as he knows what the
is-
call is, then 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, there is absolutely no time to wait.
Ja.
Trying to bring this one in,
Perfect.
gonna set up a guard.
Goed.
The guard was the call, so Dirk will be happy. Kim looking at the setup here. Again, Wiki de Viking not having hammer. Need to find a way to fix the situation here.
Wat is van die rechtse rode? Nee, speel maar het midden open. Gewoon op de neus.
Play an opener
Take out.
here.
Op de neus.
Not often you see hits in doubles, so few stones, but I guess if you need to get back to the stone on the shot stone, you need to move things out. This is a little bit wide. It's gonna hit that red.
Not on the
Slides
nose.
over. No, that's unfortunate miss there.
Yeah, it doesn't really help them being this wide, and then also kind of the question during the first ends is, was I off broom, or did we just put the broom in the wrong place? Kind of build up that information as fast as possible, because yeah, doubles you don't have that much time to really get into the game. Before you know it, scoreboards could be
Volle snelheid.
looking scary.
Krapper.
I'm
Oh.
gonna draw this one in. If it comes up short as a guard, that's also good. That's very likely what they'll want to do here. Not going to want to put anything where it can be used. There it is, guard again. Looking at the option here of a hit and a run back
Welke
on that
snelheid?
red.
10?
That could be
Harder.
very good chance here. Just a little bit off nose. Looking for a little bit more weight on this one.
Ja.
Yeah,
Okay,
calling
laat
for
maar.
the sweep. Calling for a sweep, but say no, he's not following, so just let it go. Little chip off their own, a little bit outside. And so I'm gonna knock that yellow one out of the house.
Yeah, not really a reflex to kind of get up and chase the stone in case it needs some sweeping, but yeah, with some
When you have to sweep your own stone and you're throwing weight like that, it's difficult to catch up and be actually effective. So probably wouldn't have been able to change it much if it had. But I think sweeping was the wrong call because it would have been it under curled. They needed it to curl just a little bit more. Just going for a draw here, another guard, not too heavy.
Ja, nee, mag
Wanting
niet te
this one
dicht
to
komen.
curl over. Oh, this one is heavy.
yeah, it
Komt
feels
goed,
heavy.
komt goed. Komt
Starting to
goed.
curl.
Je mag er ver af liggen, hè. Mooie steen.
Nope, not as heavy as that looked. Very nice.
Mooie steen.
Yeah, looks.
Moya staying there. Exactly, Verla.
Yeah, one more stone here for Wiki de Viking. Red is sitting. I don't know if they're sitting two. Hard to tell.
It's
Sta jou
close
aan
for
mij, aan
2.
mij?
I think that is 2, but
Op de neus,
it's
hè?
very hard to close.
Yeah.
Yeah, nose hit will get them to sit 2. Is that yellow one out over here? Is that one in? I don't
Fighting.
think so.
No, it's not. Looking from this angle, I would say it is not. But yeah, imagine if this angle is right. There's also kind of a jam option. If it finds the wrong angle, it could jam on the Yellowstone
gotta be
sitting on the
careful
side there.
Not too far outside, that's for sure.
Would be worst case, I think, having a jam and then an open draw for 3 for VeDi.
We were victims of that last night. Fortunately, we were able to fight back and win.
Yep.
This is wide. That is just going to flash.
This is very unfortunate because this is
So
basically
now-
also kind of worst case. This is also an open draw for 3 here. Like the first thing is try and get a red out to reduce damage at best. But now they have an open draw with backing over on the left side, just hitting the yellow anywhere where the shooter stays in a shot position or in the house basically, because I don't see any other Yellowstones anymore.
If they don't hit the yellow, it needs to be fully in the 8-foot, but even just a tap on that yellow will be enough to score 3.
Samen kunnen we dat beter inschatten, die snelheid.
You're coming over to help and sweep if needed. Yeah, your nephew so far seems to be an expert at curling predictions.
Yeah, not bad for his first ever curling match. Barely even seen it, but I trusted in him. I mean, it's just your house. I mean, what do I? If I lose, okay. So feels a little light.
Nog, Dirk. Jawel, veeg, jongen.
Needing this one to curl. She tells him to keep sweeping.
Vegen.
Oh, that one
She'll hit
comes
the
up
light.
light, unfortunately.
Just 2. They give a little bit of a lifeline here to Wiki de Viking, although I think either way he will not be kind of satisfied with this end. But still 7 more ends to go, so nothing is lost yet. And we've mentioned it, they are a comeback team. I think yesterday they were trailing pretty hard in the game against SD Rocks. Eventually scored 4 points in
The 5th end.
the
Yeah, they
fifth
were
or
down
sixth, yeah.
4-0, then scored 4 in the 4th end, then gave up a couple. They were trailing. They were down 1 going into the last. They scored 2 to win. So 2 points for VeDi to start. That is a good start for me.
3 seconden.
Getting a quick decision on what weight they need to throw. 3 seconds, T-line to hog line.
Harder. Oh, hij zit te veel naar binnen. Dirk is aan het vallen. Hij gaat overkuilen.
Thinks this is too much inside, but no, I think this is fine. It's a good line to curl that should get around the guard.
Could be nice, Stone. Yeah, and Taylor, remember the game we streamed a while ago? VeDi against Bilenki back when Bilenki was still in the league. She also kind of hopped on the ice unprepared. She hadn't been curling for, I think it was over 2 months, and then they ended up tying against Bilenki. So Taylor has no issues just coming on and putting up.
Yeah, she definitely has
performances.
confidence in her shot throwing, so I think that really helps, especially when you don't play regularly. I think that's very helpful. Because the worst thing you can do is second guess what you're going to throw when you're in the hack. I'm leading things off for Wiki de Viking here, and then number 2.
Snelheid. Hoeveel? Nee, nog veel ruimte, hè? Oh, je moet nog veel vallen.
That's much further outside than Fairless Stone was.
Yeah, we'll never curl enough. I think it will just best stop somewhere in the back of the house.
Te breed, te blijft te breed.
bit wide. A great weight there, but yeah, unfortunately just a bit wide.
VeDi looking to steal here. They have the shot stone backed up by 2 yellow stones at this point, so if they start guarding up, closing down the draws, could end up in a pretty favorable position, although this one has to curl a bit.
This one you already see it starting to curl. It's crossing over the eye on the King Slice logo there, so that's always a good sign.
Okay. Oh, oh.
That one's going to come up a little bit short, but kind of
Massa
takes
van
away
Ock,
that
nog
line a
steeds
little
goed.
bit. A little bit tight, I think.
Yeah, I like it though. I mean, the draw over on the left side here is slightly more difficult, and you can see Kim setting up to draw over on the right side. Hand side is a bit more straight. That's typically why you would see if players have to choose where to draw with the first stone, they opt for the curling side.
Yeah.
And it's not very noticeable from stream, but players here at the club who know the ice, they kind of know that you try to avoid this
even
left
ziet er
side
hard
here
uit.
if possible, also for takeouts.
Line I think is good on this, but it's just too heavy, so that's not going to have a chance to curl. Yeah, that's going to be too much.
This is definitely heavy. And
It's one thing you don't want to be, and the ice is fast. It's so it is important that you throw extra light. And Dirk he is ready to go before the other stone stops. I swear, if it wasn't against the rules, he'd start throwing his stone before it stops. But
yeah.
this one is out wide of that eye by the K. It's over on the K, so is that going to have enough to come over? There's a straight side. It's starting to curl,
Even te pakken, de curl even.
but I think just a little bit more outside than they would have liked. Small gap, but that's being picky, I think.
Yeah, that's at least it makes the draw again harder for Wiki de Viking. And, opportunities are closing down on them. They have hammer, but it's time for them to turn the tie in this end. Seems a lot better in terms of line.
Lijn!
Line is fine. Where will the stone end up? Needs to curl a bit. Ooh. Change the back yellow.
It's just a little bit hard.
And I think Dirk will just follow up here, and even the guard is fine.
Yep, just want to close that hole.
Hier, hè. Ja.
I think Wiki de Viking struggling a bit so far, both with lengths and weights. And for Dirk, this is a very good opportunity here to just
Klein beetje minder is.
shut things down and force Wiki de Viking to try a difficult stone. It would be huge.
Here's some yelling over from sheet C.
Vegen! Vegen! Vegen!
And here's some yelling on sheet A, wanting some, or sheet B, wanting some sweeping, a little bit inside, or a lot inside.
Going for option B for a small tap and then open things up again.
Ja, voilà. Ai. Ja, net niet genoeg.
Just not enough.
Okay.
Opening for Wiki de Viking, not much of an opening, but there is still something there. Just got to get the weight right.
And they punish this minor mistake here from the mustache man. And with they, I mean Mr. Wim. Oh, this looks wide. This looks very wide.
That's going to be on the outside of that red. It's going to push it inside. No, that's going to get to the nose. They just tap it through, though.
Luckily for them, it finds the gap, and it's not kind of sticking around in a second shot position, because that would have been even worse, kind of sitting second shot, having a VeDi an option to just completely guard it and have that extra point in there.
They do have that option of just drawing. They don't need to get it very far, just kind of tuck it in. You know, anywhere in here is going to be a good spot.
Would like to have it kind of come in
Actually,
top
yeah,
four to just put a lot of pressure.
Yeah, something there to prevent that tap through, the tap forward, yeah.
Because with the 2 yellow stones sitting behind the shot stone, and double takeout is nearly impossible. So it's just kind of max pressure.
Can somebody tell Wim that this morning he had his weight? He just needs to trust in himself. Sure, Timo, come on down and let him know. Although I think that might be against the rules because you're not listed officially as their coach.
Looks pretty nice.
That
It gently starts to curl. It comes in.
to be too far.
This is an excellent stone here from Veerle. And if you are
Hoeveel dat aan doen
Wiki
is.
de Viking, there's only one more option,
Nu
and
zijn
that's
de
bringing in
gezochten.
that left yellow stone, I guess.
Does she see it?
I'm not sure.
She's looking over at the other side to draw in, which is there
It's
as
also
well.
there, yeah, it's also there. But it's pretty hard.
Tegen.
Yeah, I personally, I think I like this one, the in on that. It's not an easy shot.
Yeah. That's a good question for chat. Like, what would you do here
Yeah.
in this case? This, if you would be part of Wiki de Viking, would you try and?
They need to come. It definitely needs to come in here. It's got to be really close to this this guard here.
And the good thing is, Shotstone is behind T-line, so that helps.
And the good thing for us is we're the best curlers in the world here. So this is just so easy. Why don't you just do this? Throw this pinpoint draw. No problem, right?
Getting ready to sweep. Needs to pass all of those guards. Doesn't have a lot of
This
space. I think
feels
it's already too
tight.
late. I think
Yeah,
it's
I think
already
tight.
too late.
It's going over the eye if she can hold it, but I don't think so. I think that's gonna just chip it.
And there it goes. And will it tap in red in a better position? No, it's just a
Nope.
steal of one, and that's a good result for VeDi. Yeah, you can see on Kim's facial expression, she's like a bit disappointed, which is obviously normal if you're playing a competitive game. But nothing is lost. It's just 3 points.
It's early, you know, you can't give up just yet. There's 8 ends to go, eight ends to play, 6 more to go. You can fall behind a little bit early. It's only 3.
Yep.
So,
yeah, at this point, I would worry about the scoreboard. I would worry about the fact that you're kind of struggling finding that good T-line weight, because that's the thing that you will need to come back in the game, especially in a mixed doubles. So important to have that weight on the first couple of stones to really kind of pull the end and the initiative towards your team, and have the other team chase, have the other team counterplay the setup.
so as we enter the third end, Phil will be leading things off for VeDi as they lead it 3-0. Nice steal there.
Dat is 3-0.
Little bit more, I think that was a less a steal and more of a forfeit from Wiki de Viking. I just don't think they threw very good stones in that end. VeDi didn't really do anything to punish them. He just kind of protected the hammer stone from the beginning.
It was basically a simple story. VeDi was able to put the first stone in place, and they did a better job than Wiki de Viking, and the rest of the end was basically a result of that. This works. This is always a good stone.
Good start. Yeah, get something up high. You can tap that back later.
Shot.
Give an update from Sheet C in a moment. As soon as they post the score over there. They are starting the second end. Excuse me, third end.
And interesting, in the polls here on YouTube, Wiki de Viking is fan favorite so far. So a lot of people believe in the comeback capabilities of this duo.
Stop maar.
This one feels a little bit light. Is that going to chip that red? It is. Doesn't move it very far though, and that's really not what they wanted, because now it gives a path for a takeout. Oh no, no takeouts yet, so they can't. So they just either have to draw it in deep or leave a guard.
Yeah, Veerle kind of showing the option, let's guard up, but they're not shot, so guard didn't make a lot of sense. Dirk corrected it and said, no, we need to draw to the button. That's
the
our shot
important part. Yeah.
Faithful mustache man.
Line is good, just really need the weight. Feels a little bit on the lighter side. Is he going to be able to drag that all the way? There it starts to
tight.
curl. That one was just a touch on the light side.
This is unfortunate. Even a little tap kind of taking away that frozen angle could have worked.
I had the wrong skip thing. Skip muted. Let's see what's going on over on the other sheets. There's nothing going on sheet A. There were 3-0 for VeDi over Wiki de Viking in the third. And also in the third, SD Rocks trails Young and Wretchless 2-4. Officially, Ashley and Rob's team name is Team Way Wretchless, but that's boring, so we gave them the nickname Young and Wretchless, which Ashley really liked because it implies that she's young. Long setup from Wim there. Maybe he's just trying to reset his routine for that, finding that weight. Needing to squeeze through this tiny port. Past the yellow. Is it going to get around the red?
Yeah, but look at what's happened. If it's too heavy.
A little bit heavy, but that was a... Oh, no, that's great.
No, that's not great. That's not great, John, because now the shooter is very visible, and that leaves a pretty... That leaves an option for VeDi to just come in, and roll off yellow and go to the sides. Otherwise, they have to kind of squeeze around their own guards that were pretty annoying for them. The shooter was kind of tucked away, and now all of a sudden they have a wide open stone that says, please use me to roll to the pin.
There is a back. Well, they can't get to the pin. That's for sure. But
yeah, that yellow stone, looking at the broom, this is something to aim for, right? It wasn't there before.
It's a target, but they're not getting to the pin with that. It's behind the tee far enough.
Yeah, but with the pin, I mean like the shot position.
Say shot, you know? Say the right thing. Words have meanings, Pim.
Yeah, but the argument I was trying to make was, it was not a good result for
There's a hit
Wiki.
and roll they can get in on top of that yellow, But they've got to squeeze it through. This is such a tight port. If it over curls like that, But that's not a terrible miss for Dirk there, because it does give this hit and roll. It gives this hit opportunity out here. Oops,
They're looking at guarding. You have two shot stones. The shot stones are behind the D line. There are red stones in front of it that could be promoted, so guards could be a bit risky, I think.
I don't like the guard, honestly. If I'm them, I'm coming in, hit, and try to roll over. Anywhere over here.
I think you can draw over on that side if it finds a bit of curl.
Yeah, but getting rid of that red, a hit and roll would get rid of that red. And even if it nose hits and sits here, it's going to be harder to get around. You're not going to be able to roll over.
Sorry, I have to go to the...
No, that's okay.
You go to the delivery of the stone.
That's what a kick out of the hack looks like.
This could over curl.
It's a little bit on the lighter side.
Catching the top guards potentially.
As long as they keep it off the nose, it should chip out a little bit, which will be fine. But that also takes away this red path. I mean, now what I don't like about this is that it left. Oops, I had the wrong. Is that it leaves a tap in for VeDi here. They can come off the side, tap it forward. They've got backing, so they can be a little bit firm.
Yeah, that was kind of the risky thing. I mean, if you're able to defend your two shot stones, the two yellow ones, that can only work if your opponents are making mistakes, because your opponents will have opportunities like this one. So you can block all of the opportunities. So basically, you're setting up for a plan where you say, let's hope they don't execute. and that could backfire.
Yeah, yeah, that redstone up the middle, but it was guarded before they tapped it, and so yeah. But they're the ones who have to play. They're the ones who have to throw the shots.
Yep.
You got to go with what you're comfortable with. Make sure this sits on the outside of the nose.
Oké. Goeie.
That
Yeah.
is super.
And this is exactly kind of the outcome that was out there all along. And yeah, now you're looking at your own guard that is blocking you from fixing the situation. So the guard you just threw is now sitting there.
There is, there is this path
Wat ga je
here.
dan
They've
doen?
already
Die in de
thrown it,
plek
but
leggen van
that
die?
is so hard. It's going to be so difficult to
Dan
get
blijft
in
deze
there.
gewoon hier liggen. En is die er ook uit? Dan is die er ook uit. Dat is absoluut hopeloos. Nee, ik zou gewoon leggen. Ja.
An important stone here for Wim. They opted to go for a draw.
Snelheid! Er moet nog veel vallen. Het is harder
Feels
dan
a
die
bit on the
lijn.
heavy side.
This is also with a straighter line, the
Yeah.
straighter side, so any kind of
Door.
extra
Zeg
weight.
maar voor hier niet op te zitten, hè?
Would be
Want
and
nog
now
steeds
leaves
stil.
backing there. Yeah, that's
There's a kind of tap and roll or just draw in there. I mean, if they put a redstone in there, yeah, it's hard to take it out because of that yellow stone that serves as a jammer. So
Graag.
VeDi is getting a hold of the game.
they've got
Ja,
options.
kom
Try
maar tegen
to
dan.
freeze it on there, or tap and roll in, or a guard
Ja.
here or something. So lots of options.
Kom maar meten, dan weten we of dat we veel of weinig moeten vegen. Ja.
Viola was a bit light on, I think, her last stone in the first end. That was kind of on the similar line. See if she can correct that earlier mistake. They scored 2.
Ja,
Could've
dan moet
scored
vegen voor
3.
lijn. Vegen voor lijn.
Weight seems better, but they're definitely sweeping for the line.
Ja, oh, alleen
Used to
snelheid.
find a lot
Wim.
of curl though.
Alleen snelheid. Ja, 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 nog even, nog even. Ja, 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 ja.
Well,
Kom maar, kom maar, kom maar. Vegen, vegen, vegen.
unless I think a slide.
Vegen, 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 vegen,
Coming
vegen,
in on
vegen, vegen.
top.
Nu moest tweede komen.
Not second.
Hij viel niet.
Did not curl over, I think, but yeah, they did need to sweep it.
Zou ik niet
Yeah,
beter
unless
proberen
if they can get it
naar binnen te
second,
rollen?
then it's better to put it in a place where they don't leave a hit and roll opportunity for Wiki. Kind of leave it a bit shorter, blocking the draw option there by going too deep and not having that extra point. It gives Kim a chance to save the day here.
They've got a couple of options with this. Oops. Yellow. There we go. Come in like this. Hopefully it catches over the top that this goes out and this goes, but I think they're trying to kind of draw in and get on top, maybe a tap.
Voor die lijn is dat veel te weinig ijs, hè? Nee, dat is niet waar. Veel te weinig.
Going for the draw option.
Yeah.
It's a safer one. Want to get on the board, I think. don't want to risk tapping that red one in and getting
Henk, het is goed, denk ik.
giving them an extra point. That's good, but this is, or weight is good, but this is outside.
Will it tap in red and give red an extra point here? That is my question.
Do believe it is. Just trying to slow it down.
Godverdomme,
tap.
zeg, god.
Oh, there's a swear jar.
Yeah, that's
We'll mute it for now so she doesn't get any worse, but
that was a double swear jar. That was kind of a worst case. And now, remember, Wim put the broom a bit wider.
yep.
And then the stone left wide, so was the broom right in the first place, or was she off the broom? That's the kind of thing they have to figure out here.
Yeah, we don't know. We can't. Wim doesn't say much on the ice, so, and he's also not mic'd up, so we wouldn't hear it.
I mean, that's important to know because you're also trying to figure out where do I need to put the broom to kind of find that center line T weight. And then if these things happen, it's good to have a good root cause analysis. Was I off broom? Was I too heavy? Was the broom in the wrong place? Because if you can't build up that information, then you risk making a same mistake in the game later. But yeah, the scoreboard is starting to look pretty comfortable for the team playing with the red stones and the red jerseys. Mustache Man and Veerle.
My nephew Sterling is looking like a genius.
Yeah.
And he is.
Oh, he made one mistake though. He forgot to seize the opportunity to say, "Mom, I love you," and on stream. That gets you so much credit.
So starting off the fourth end, Veerle throwing lead stone for VeDi as they lead at 5-0 over Wiki de Viking. Trying to draw this one in. Feels light.
Leading the guard
nog
is not the
even.
worst.
Hij zit erop zeker. Shoot
Not the
op.
worst.
Dat is spijtig.
Bit of a chip.
And also a little bit of a minor square, but they can afford maybe one bad end at this point. And yeah, the major question here is, it's 5-0, but only 3 ends played, 5 to go.
Niet door het midden.
Is Wiki de Viking, can they reset their minds? Can they kind of find the focus again to work on that comeback? It's not easy as a team to kind of say, sure, things are not going our way, but it's not over yet.
Sometimes all it takes is one shot to kind of change your mindset. And, you know, we had that last night. We were down 5-2 after 4 ends. In the middle of the 5th end, you hit that takeout through the tiny port, and that really seemed to change the tone of the match. We fought back, but this one, well wide, well heavy.
And this is absolutely not what you need in a doubles game.
No, I'm not a fan of that line that they took. I think I would have kind of put something up the middle, because at the very worst, if it's light or it taps, it stays in the middle as a guard.
Just forgot to.
Yeah, Dirk goes so fast. You gotta be ready. This is way outside. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also harmless. It's also harmless.
Yeah. Curl over, maybe settle on top of that back one, maybe a little bit of a tap.
Takeout is not allowed at this stage in the game, but not what they're going for sure. And a reattempt at a difficult draw, knowing how straight the ice is over on that side. They have to get around that guard, not a lot of space.
En? Ja. Snelheid. Wat is de snelheid? En, hard. Vivikorg snelheid.
That looks okay. There it goes.
Veeg, veeg,
Plenty of
veeg,
room
veeg,
past the
veeg.
guard.
Nog.
Trying to
Nog.
bring this as deep as he can.
Good stone there.
Niks, hè.
Is a good stone. Kind of making use of those guards. Second shot, putting a little bit of pressure, can be promoted, takes away the draw.
Ja, ja, oké.
Oh, good stone from
Wacht,
them
hè,
here.
zo.
Wanting more ice, going for that gap in the middle.
Makes sense. And even if the gap's
Oh,
not
Verla calling for sweep.
Oh.
Dirk saying no, and then now she
Komt
calls
goed,
him off.
Komt goed,
That's
komt
going
goed,
to be
komt goed.
okay. Squeezes the right by.
excellent, yeah.
Does get a bit of a roll, but now it rolls over underneath that guard. That's a fantastic hit there.
And it's shot stone, so that's a pretty good stone. I think also kind of throwing close to the center line and the doubles where you want to watch your own lines. It helps to
die
compare your
wegdoen.
own stone with the center line, see where it starts to curl.
Wat? Dat kunnen niet aan, die ligt er volledig achter.
There's no angle
Die
for that
guard
one
moet
back
weg.
there in the red.
Maar je mocht zelf niet blijven liggen, hè.
Although
Dus dan kun je best,
I think there is an angle at it. If they come through.
best zo komen, denk ik, niet? Ah nee,
Oops,
want...
sorry, wrong color.
Wat?
I think
Dan
they
gaat
could
het
come
blijven
through
liggen
there.
waarschijnlijk.
Good work, yeah.
Zo langs de andere kant komen, dat je niet blijft liggen. Ah ja, op die gele. Ja, je hebt gelijk. Kom. Hier raken.
And in the poll on YouTube, Wiki de Viking is still collecting fans there, leading comfortably there, so have that going for them.
Ja. Oh.
A double take out of the guards. And,
Ooh,
misses the
just
second
slides
one.
underneath. Oops.
It's not the worst. It's not the worst. I mean, that was a guard that was annoying. It was guarding basically the stealing stone. And now
Of hierachter helemaal.
let's see what VeDi will do. They will
Maar dat kunnen ze eraan.
get a second stone in there, I guess.
Ja. Oké. Ik ga er leggen.
Yeah, I like this option.
moet echt
Coming in,
kiezen,
trying
ja.
to draw in behind.
Ik ga precies hier doen. Nee? Ah nee, beter hier dan.
I don't know. You don't really want to leave it too low. Leave a double.
Doe dat aan de guard, vind ik nu, nee? En als hij door... Nou,
Yeah, I don't mind the option Dirk was kind of saying, kind of getting top 4 slightly
Alhoewel-
behind the yellow stone, because then Wiki de Viking, they have 2 shot stones to deal with. So and you can't do double takeout because of the way they were set up. So that would force them to burn stones. And you can start playing the scoreboard. Every red stone in there is a red stone Wiki de Viking has to take out, deal with it. Wiki de Viking they just cannot score 2 or more. So if you're VeDi, I think you could still be happy with Wiki just scoring 1.
ja, precies.
It's okay. Maybe a little
Maar
bit
die
heavy.
blijven rechtdoor gaan.
Not really curling
Van de
in.
Vries.
And what is the plan B for this one?
Oh, hij gaat ernaast.
Hit and roll could work. It's already past that point.
Alles wat dan
Fortunately, leaves a pocket there.
Yeah, a double. So this is something Wiki can use here.
I don't think you want to go for a double just
Goed
yet.
gaan
No,
raken,
I
voor
think
ze
you
alle
want
twee
to.
hebben.
You kind of want to
Gewoon
use
een
that as
twin, hè?
backing
Ja.
to freeze it, to lock it in.
In that case, you want to maybe
Zou je niet beter
hit
zo?
and roll over on the shot stone and roll behind your own yellow
Ja,
stone.
maar je hebt dat juist niet gegooid. Je hebt dat juist uit de zo gegooid, hè?
Yeah,
Pak
I
dan
like-
toch dezelfde
I
richting.
like a corner freeze
Niet?
here, or
En
even
dezelfde
yeah,
snelheid.
hat and roll over there. As long as it stays shot, those will be.
Yeah, I think with the hit and roll, it also creates a little bit of a, I wouldn't call it a double takeout, but because of the angle, the red stones would move backward and have some spreading. But all in all, this is an opportunity here for Wiki de Viking. A minor mistake here for VeDi, so options for Wiki de Viking to score a couple of points. And a question that will start to get raised is, when will we see power play here for Wiki de Viking?
Yeah.
Ja,
Yep.
ja,
If you struggle
Yeah.
with the weight and you know the other team isn't,
ja.
Oh, that was an interesting call going outside. From in to out. Well, you're gonna get the double.
Oh, makes a nice
And
roll
it
there.
does get a rollover, half buried.
Goeie.
Yeah,
I
was a
like
nice throw.
that.
9.
Is het al aan mij?
That's
Yeah.
yeah, catching that outside stone first actually
Hier
brought
leggen?
it back.
Oké.
Are we stone behind or are they early? Because VeDi is throwing.
Daar leggen, ja.
Nope, we're fine.
Okay, yeah. that's
I
it.
just hadn't clicked next
Ah,
good
okay,
for
got
the
it, yeah.
for the lash stone.
Kijk,
Ja.
ga maar voor de lijn. En als het te traag is, kom helpen vegen. Hè?
We are looking at the setup here. They don't want Wiki de Viking to score 3. I mean, even 2, that's something that is affordable, but 3, that brings Wiki de Viking back into the game again.
Try to draw in on top of this, give up 1. Verla indicating it's heavy, kind of looks a little fast. Is that going to have enough time to curl over? I think not. I think it's too much weight, and that's going to stay outside.
Oh no.
So a draw, open draw for 3.
This could bring Wiki de Viking back into the game. This is kind of the break Wiki de Viking needed. 2 mistakes on the last stones for VeDi, and all of a sudden Wiki de Viking, they have options and they can score 4 if they do a hit and roll over on that red stone. But maybe they're
just playing
trying
for
to
the
not
draw.
be greedy. Yeah. I mean, the 4 is out there, of course. It's not super hard to score 4, to be honest. I mean, it's wide
No.
open. You have to tap it on the right side, and you get that extra point. Dirk is looking at it. You can see Dirk looking
Yeah,
at that
there's
option.
something out here.
Dirk
You
knows.
just have to tap a little bit and
Yeah.
then get the shooter to stay, and that's 4.
Yeah,
Ik was aan het
Dirk
denken,
knows.
ik heb daar heel veel
Dirk,
backing, hè.
if you
Vanaf
don't want to expose the
hier
option,
zo,
maybe you
ja.
shouldn't reveal it too much.
Yeah, he's standing there.
in de ruimte. Ik heb
Yeah,
natuurlijk ook
he
al die
knows.
guards.
Let's
De-
go over
de-
on the other side and hide that a four-hander is
daar
out
zie
there.
Ik heb daar veel backing, kan ik sterk mee.
I
Drawing
think she
over on
sees it. Yeah, I think she sees it.
Did Dirk just reveal it?
Maybe. Maybe.
Kim is having a second look. Could be.
Fake
I
out.
yeah, I think Kim is going for the draw just because of the backing, in case it's heavy. Oh, I'm not entirely
Tap, tap.
sure. She's going for that tap and roll.
Kijk voor de lijn, kijk voor de
I
lijn,
don't think so.
voor de lijn.
Just
Als
a
het te
nose.
hard is, dan gaan we die rooi tikken, hè.
Yeah.
Als
I
het te
think
hard
it
is,
is
op die
too
rooi
hard.
laten
Try to
tikken.
sweep that. Is that going to be enough?
Oh, not sweeping. Not sweeping.
No, it's going to overcurl and go just too deep. So that is 2
It's
for.
just 2 and an open draw for 3. They
Doe dat op
needed
die
that extra
voorste
point so hard. And leaving it out there, that's an unfortunate mistake. I think you can honestly say that's a mistake if you miss
Yeah,
an open
yeah.
draw like that.
If you're playing for the draw and you have the backing,
You
you
see,
have to. Yeah.
Dirk, he made a smile like, woof. I mean, Dirk knew a 4 was out there and that could bring them back 5-4 instead of 5-0, but now it's just 5-2, and Dirk know they got away. Not just because of the mistake, but also because I think Kim didn't spot the opportunity to score 4.
No, I think she saw the backing, but not the tap for 4.
Yeah, the backing as a safe way to draw for 3, but not an opportunity to score 4. But yeah, at least they're on the board now, and that could help them to kind of get back in the game, find their spirits. It's still halfway, it's still 3 points. It's
Not out of it yet, no. So, Wiki de Viking will be starting things off. Kim with first stones here in the 5th end. They're trailing VeDi 5-2.
let's see if Kim can deliver this important first stone. So much depends on kind of executing. Could be light and over curling, tapping in. We'll have to wait and see.
This one is light. Yeah, they're just trying to get this over the hog line now.
Get it past the guards. Stays pretty straight, that's good. But it serves as a second guard. And yeah, this is way too light. T-line ends up in a number 2 position for people using the 10-point number system.
Tweelijk naar buiten.
And oh yeah, forgot that VeDi, as always, swift on the plays there.
I was saying it was a little bit outside. Yeah, it does. It's starting to curl now. Is Dirk gonna try to sweep this as deep as he can?
Works. Anything
In the house,
there
good
works.
spot. Nice sweeping there.
The draw options on both sides are gone for Wiki. There is still an opportunity to race, but then they don't have hammer. They're really hoping to steal. Stealing your way to victory is
Laat
also
geen
pretty
take-out
hard in
doen.
doubles.
Gewoon draw, hè.
Yeah, they can't take out yet, so they can't do a run back takeout. But they can try to tap it forward, but the risk is
Welke
either
snelheid ga je
push it
gooien?
out. Wims say T-line on the
Veeg maar voor
weight.
de langst, vegen voor de langst. Veeg voor de langst, andere kant. Vegen, andere kant. Vegen, 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 vegen!
Clips off of it. Kim wanting him to sweep on the other side, but that's so hard to change position once you're sweeping like that with the slider on your foot. So
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be in Wim's shoes at this point.
no. Got an update from the other sheets. Nothing going on sheet A still.
Interesting.
We have 5-2 in the fifth for VeDi. And on sheet C, SD Rocks trailing Young and Wretchless 6-3 in the fifth end.
Ja. Oh, la. Is weg. Hij zit op de guards.
Yeah, this is.
Hij heeft
Oh,
iets
dit is
gepakt, want hij
inside.
zat... Ja, nee. Hij heeft iets
That's not
opgepakt.
that, but the guards
want,
could work kind of.
That's
hij
not
werd
terrible
gestart op
either,
de lijn En
because
dan ging hem heel weg.
that it takes out those run back opportunities for those yellows. So now they have to kind of either run this red back.
Take out!
A takeout has been requested.
I think that was ordered.
Yeah,
was very much a demand.
Yeah, demanded.
Yeah. Kim is a police officer, so she knows how to.
Yeah.
Oh.
A
Oh!
little bit on the wider side, but
This
that's
is
going to get
wide.
around the guards. Is it going to chip even anything there? Oh!
Och, this is a ball.
That
This is
makes
unfortunate.
it worse.
My. The curling gods are having a sadistic party over there, making it or giving the Wiki de Viking a rough time.
Yeah, that is tough. How do you? You've just made it worse. You've taken away any chance you had. I mean, granted, they probably only had the one shot at that stone, and just to be wide. Derek's failing. It's a bit heavy. Fairless saying it's outside.
It's not the worst. I mean, if it's heavy, then well. At this point, basically, they don't need that much extra stones in the house to have a good setup. I think they're set up to steal 2 here. Yeah, 3 is nice, 4 is nice, but I think if they have a certain outcome of a steal of 2, they would always accept that. So throwing this wide is better than leaving a hit and roll option here.
Solid land. Hard land.
This one is tight.
Is al weg.
Light as well. That is, and that might ship out, and will that cover up that area? Yep, that just basically took away that side completely. Now it is Wiki de Viking's own stone, so maybe they can try to run back or tap back with something, but it's still not optimal.
And on the background, you could see Wim trying to cheer up Kim, but that's also a hard mission.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes that's kind of what you need, people that could relieve some tension.
Forlijn. Oh. Is goed. Is goed. Niks doen.
That is okay.
Niks
Maybe a
doen.
little heavy. Don't want to get this too deep.
Just leave it there, it's fine.
Trying to
No hit and
curl it
roll.
over. That is going to be a.
It's possible to hit that, but are they going to be able to get a hit and roll? Is there enough curl over there?
Especially the roll is not likely going to find a shot position, so it was good leaving it kind of in the front of the house.
Yep. We are going to play a hit here.
Oh, this is an important one. We're already down to the last stone for Wiki de Viking. So imagine for some reason they miss this stone and VeDi is able to score 2 or 3. We look at, I think, a last resort power play. So like the power play as a step towards the comeback or a step towards the handshake. But yeah, we're not in that situation yet. This stone is still on the ice. Can they make a decent hit and roll here, a damage control option at this point?
denk ik.
I was just about to say, get your votes in now, because at the conclusion of this
Ja, ze
end, we
vallen
will
geen
close the
knijten.
poll. Somebody just got their vote in for
Vallen echt
VeDi.
geen knijten.
Oh,
This
no.
one is staying outside.
Open draw for, or open takeout here for 4. I think it's going to be an open draw. Yeah, not a lot of girl. And Dirk is looking at angles here, but I think even a nose hit takeout is enough.
Is nog
Dirk
één
wants to
steen
know,
voor mij, hè?
do I need to take out or draw? Do I need to hit and roll or draw?
Ja.
I think the rule of thumb is, if you have to look this long, it's just better to be safe than sorry and
Yeah.
take it out. It's an open takeout. It's sitting wide open. As long as you find the inside of the yellow stone, you should be okay.
Yeah, if you're
That's the rule of
yeah,
thumb. If you're not sure, take it out.
Yeah, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, if she's outside,
Yeah,
sure,
the worst
she
that could
tap
happen
it,
is
but
that's.
just
Did you talk it into existence? Immediately call
if
the
he's
line there.
calling for the sweep. That means
That's a
it's-
good sign
it's a good
normally.
sign, yeah.
Yeah.
Nee. Maar, ik weet het niet.
Yes,
Ja,
a small tap is good
Make
enough.
sure you want to tap. Just give a little bit of a chip.
That's
There you go.
4.
That's perfect, and that is a 4 on the
And
board.
I'm trying to read Kim's face
Is er nog
here.
één voor u?
Wim wants to play. Kim is not sure. Kim is looking at the scoreboard. She is doing the math. It's 9-2. You have to play. You have to do the power play. If you want to play, it has to be the power play at the stage of the game, I think.
I think so. It's your only shot to get back in it. Likely, if you don't score multiple points in this end, you're going to lose. Or rather, you're probably going to shake hands. So
Kim or Wim is throwing it out there. Power play, left or right. I mean, you can always start the power play and see how it goes.
So. And number 6, and it's a power play. Power play.
Are we going to see the most miraculous comeback in the history of VeDi against Wiki de Viking? Can they squeeze out 4 or 5 points?
Or dare say a 6-ender. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something indeed. I think 3 is already low, and they are still trailing 4 points with 2 ends to go. It's possible though, but they really need to create some possibilities for themselves here. And the good thing for VeDi is Dirk knows how to deal with power plays. Fearless saying this is pretty heavy. She's pointing at Dirk. It's all your fault with your mustache there.
De hartstoot.
Oh.
De had het dood.
I
And
said we are going to end the poll. This one goes all the way through. So 40% of you choosing VeDi to win. Right now you're looking pretty good.
you know who's not looking pretty good? Me with my prediction for Wiki de Viking so far.
This is the make or break end. Playing this one out to the other side. Yeah, this is shaping up Timo to be a six-ender. If something miraculous doesn't happen, I see handshakes. Oh, a six-end. Oh, six-end. How? Yeah, not a six-end match, but a six-end.
Are you okay?
No, I'm
Zo.
having a little senior moment.
Yeah. But
Zet dat goed.
VeDi looking for that freeze up against the stone on the side. They cannot do takeouts just yet. Tapping the guard is not the worst.
Perfect geweest.
Squeezes it
Yes.
by, and just a little
Mooi.
bit of a tap
Excelente.
on there to get to shots.
And all of a sudden, scoring a lot of points is way harder for Wiki de
Yes.
Viking just by planting that redstone right there. Him waving this one goodbye, or what was the sign?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, this one's heavy. One's going through, unfortunately.
You can kind of see. I think at this point, Kim has given up on the hopes here.
Hashtag John is wrong. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe John is confused at that point. It's
Yeah.
I don't
John
quite know
Tilde?
what words were coming out of my mouth at that point.
Ja,
Dirk's
serveren.
draw shot of the match.
Vegen.
Oh, I clicked that
Vegen.
one. I like that.
Vegen, vegen, vegen,
For a
vegen.
takeout here.
Vegen, 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 vegen. Kom aan.
Oof.
Kom maar.
There you
Yes.
go.
Ja.
The mayor knows how to bark
Was
some
al aan-
orders.
I always liked having the the mics on people shouting for sweeps like in doubles, and it's nice to have the player throwing first and fifths because you have more of those kind of shots.
Kim was indicating it was wide. Maybe that's the same one she used last time. I didn't see her with the previous stone. This
This
one
is
is a
wide.
little bit wide and a touch heavy, so that's going to slide past the tee. Just a touch, so technically correct.
It is sitting shot, so virtually Wiki de Viking is scoring in this power play, and Dirk is trying to take it out.
Oh.
There's the hoe.
Oh.
And the second hoe.
Veles.
Little Tom Jones going again there.
Ja, kom goed, kom goed, kom goed, kom goed. Niks doen, niks
This
doen,
one
niks doen,
is
niks doen,
looking
niks doen.
okay. That's gonna
Niks
hit
doen.
and roll over.
Excellent.
Great shot from Dirk.
Yeah. Dirk has things under control here. And what do you do if you're Wiki de Viking? So hard to score two at this point. Even
And it just, you can see it on Kim's face. She's not happy. She's I think, feeling that things haven't been going well. She's waving it again like it's wide.
if Kim was Xavier, then Wim would have at least 7 broom dents in its head by now.
Coming over, that's going to be on the inside part of the nose. Not sitting shot, but it is kind of frozen in place.
Yeah, that was the option. If they want to score 2, this is where they had to put a stone, I guess. Now, red is sitting shot, so they could just guard it up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Beter als
Sure, the
begin, hè.
stones on the sides could work, but the shot stone is red, so if you put a guard in
Ja,
front of
gewoon
a
beter als
red,
deze liggen.
then you
Hier,
kind of
ja,
force
zit, dat is
Wiki
goed.
de Viking
Hier.
to do a
Dan
dropper
hier
one
komen
here.
liggen. Ja,
Or
doe maar, daar is dan, hè. Ah, oké. Oei. Oei. Ah, maar wacht.
Yeah, Vela
Als
was,
zij
oh,
dan
let's
daarna
try
hier
this
komen
difficult
liggen.
stone, but it's your stone, Vela. Oh, oh.
Oké.
And then
Yeah,
the
it's-
self-esteem.
Leg het daar.
It's a different
Yeah.
strategy when it's somebody
Yeah.
else's stone.
Yeah. Yeah, a second draw is also nice. I mean, if it's second
voel ik
shot
mij
and the
precies
double's not out there,
veiliger
you
hier
kind of
voor.
force Wiki the Viking
Als
to
er dan
just
karakters is,
do a
dan
takeout for
hier.
one.
Oké.
I mean, at this stage of the game, you can just ignore whatever's on the side of the rings.
I think something in here.
Oké.
A guard could work, or yeah, a second stone in the forefoot that is not next to your shot stone or leaves a double works. And you can see the Dirk is still
Twijfelen?
reconsidering, looking how things look like from the hack side.
Ik wil rechts gaan ook,
But
hè.
we might see handshakes after this one, John.
I think
And I don't
so.
wanna
I would bet
jinx
your
it,
house
but
on it.
Yeah.
Because you keep playing down 9-4, especially when you haven't been playing particularly well during the day. Do you feel like you might find five points or 6 points in the last two ends?
In my head, not going for that tap and roll to score 4 was a missed opportunity to just close the point gap and get back in the race. But there were
Beter
other
als die gele.
points where they had an option and they either missed. And this leaves a double. If they want to play, they will have to go for the double. I mean, there is no point in just scoring one. One is giving you nothing. One is basically the same as shaking hands. Even a double takeout is 9-4, and then it raises the discussion: are we going to shake hands, yes or no? But looking at angles here, just slightly off nose on the outside
Neus is ook nog
should do
goed,
the
denk
trick.
ik. Klein beetje
Kim
van de
saying
neus.
nose is good enough. That's not entirely true. It needs to be slightly off nose.
Wat snelheid?
And slightly off nose should keep the shooter in.
Yep.
Inside the third red.
Yeah, the stones sitting in the sides are now helpful in case the shooter rolls out. It could just stop against those stones. At least if you want to have a highlight reel, if that's something you're going for, a double takeout to score 2 is a highlight worthy shot in my book.
It's something positive to come from this match.
Yeah, you don't want to kind of flash it and then have an unfortunate steal of 2 and have to shake hands with a 11-2 board.
Yeah, that was the thing. You don't have to. She doesn't have to overthrow it. It doesn't need to be super hard.
Shooter has to stay in a scoring position.
They're not calling it. This one is staying outside, and that is just going to sail on by. Courtesy glance.
I think this
And-
image kind of wraps the story here.
Yep. I feel like that
Mike.
says a lot. Microphone's coming off.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Kim. You're already muted.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we respect that they want to kind of get it off their chests, get the disappointment out there. That's something the internet doesn't have to know per se, and we can pop back to the booth after this 6-ender here. And I was hoping for a bit of a comeback. Opportunities were there. I think for me the crucial point in the game was, I forgot what end it was, the end where they scored 2. I'm trying to see where there is a score. Oh, end number 4.
And number 4.
Yeah, they scored 2, should have scored 4 there. 2 was not good enough. For me that was the turning point. But let's say credits where credits are due.
Sterling, my
a,
man, the correct choice.
I'm
He
going
was-
to give Sterling the
Yeah.
mic because, yeah, what do I have to add?
Yeah, you get nothing. So we can hide Pim. We can give one to us. Look at that. We take the lead. Sterling, congratulations. You made the right decision.
Yeah, I did.
How do you feel?
I feel surprised.
You feel surprised. Well, you did good. First ever curling match. What did you think of it?
It was alright.
You liked it? Yeah, this is the doubles. This one's a little bit, it's a shorter match, but it still can be pretty entertaining.
Okay.
So, do you have anything you want to say to the internet? You want to say hi, Mom?
My mom's pretty much not watching.
Yes, it's true. She's asleep. It's still very early in the U.S., so.
Yeah.
Anything at all? You can say anything. Well, almost anything. Let's keep it. Well, your mom and dad won't be upset.
Well, it wasn't very good. They did quite well, but the Yellows just didn't do really well today.
Yeah, they had a tough game. That's a pretty fair assessment of the whole match. Red played really well. Yellow struggled. Yep, and the scoreboard shows it.
Do you have any kind of comforting words for the yellow team?
Do you want to say anything to the yellow team to make them feel better?
Well, how much they tried, and
They did try. Yep.
they tried to win.
Okay. Well, I think on that bombshell of an analysis, we are
Yeah.
going to say goodbye. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Sure.
Timo, you were the one who chatted the most today. I appreciate you. Everybody who got their votes in, everybody who didn't get their votes in, if you were just tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias. You'll see some highlights from this matches and more. You'll get updates on when we're going to be going live. And with that, Sterling, you want to say goodbye?
Yeah. Bye.